Really laid back. This is real laid back. Just hanging out with you. But somebody sent me a video today, and it really touched my heart. I mean, at first glance, it would make you, feel like, gee whiz, what is wrong with this chick? But as I went over to the young lady's page, and I found out that she had a couple of videos up that was discussing some of the challenges that she's experiencing and some of the heartache that she's experiencing. At first glance, looking at the video, after this awesome individual sends me stuff all the time. But after looking at this young lady's video and then going on her page and looking at everything, I decided I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cover this story. And I'm going to talk to her as if she were here. And I'm going to let you guys in on it because she's at the age, she's in her 30s. And to be honest with you, that's the age when a woman, especially if we got married early, when a woman does not understand her gig. Because see, before she was in her 20s, I think she said she got married at 22. Yeah, I took some notes. Yeah, 22. And at the time of the recording, she was 32. So don't you know that there's a lot of young women who don't even understand who they are after that point because they were adolescent. They went from that, then to being that point at 22, deciding, yeah, I'm in love. I want to get married. I love this guy. She married a great guy. And then she's 32. Now she's trying to figure out what just happened. You know what I'm saying? She's like, who am I? What's going on? So unfortunately, because she's in the era of, well, could be fortunately and unfortunately, but right now she's in the era of social media. And unfortunately for her, she put herself out there and put herself on Front Street. And now the whole entire world is going in on her. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a series of videos that's by this young lady. And her name is in the chat. I'm going to put it up there. Please, first of all, before I share her information, and I just might wait, do not go to this young lady's channel, berating her, talking bad about her, beating her up, tearing her down. Don't do any of that, please. Because I want you guys to understand something that from my standpoint and the way that the way I'm set up and the way I'm wired, I can see BS, but this chick's not about BS. She's honestly trying to find some answers. And so I don't want us to go over there and beat up on her and talk bad about her and tell her what a terrible woman she is and how she should be this and that. I like the fact that she said, I'm asking for help. After watching all of her videos and going through different ones, she says, I'm asking for help. And it was at that point, in conjunction with the individual who trusted me with this video that they sent to me, the original one, and I'm going to show you all three that I pulled off of her page. It showed that she needs help. And a lot of people don't ask for help. But since she asked, I'm going to show her. I'm going to show you guys what's good. So her channel, I'm going to share it with you after I'm done. Because, again, I don't want anybody going over there beating this baby up. All right. I heard a couple of other women. I heard a couple of dudes talking about her. I heard a lot of other stuff. But I don't think anybody's going to come from my perspective. But then again, I didn't listen to everybody. I just listened to a couple of 2 or 3 things that they had to say and sort of, left it alone, including the video that my friend or the individual sent to me. I listened to a couple of seconds of what the chick had to say. And then I decided, you know what? Let me go to her page myself and see exactly what it is that she's got going on. And that's what I did. And that's why I chose on this evening as a laid back, chilled night to go with you, and we'll look at this together. So the name of the video is, I Got a Good Man. Baby, my man loves me. Oh, but I want a divorce. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what that means and exactly what it's about. All right, folks, here you go.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay? had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is probably the reason why I have not left. Okay? Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3, and I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself, or you don't love me for who I am, isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business. He quit his job. Roles have changed. Life has been crazy. And we just haven't come back to talking about this subject. And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like at the end of the day, of course I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else. But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted, and that is what I want.
All right. So you hear pretty much what she's saying. So now I'm going to, as I promised, I'm going to go into each one of the videos that she has. And this is not an uncommon situation. It's not uncommon for a young lady to be at this age and in this stage of the game and try to figure out how is she going to maneuver this. I'm going to tell you a main problem that I saw all together. The problem that I saw from the very beginning is one of the things that she said the roles are reversed. Did you hear her say that? She says the roles are reversed. I have a business. I started a business. He quit his job. Now he stays at home. The roles are reversed. First problem, baby, is you are in a role that wasn't meant for you. It's exactly like having a job and liking the job. The boss is cool. Your coworkers are straight. You get the vacation, you get all the good stuff that you need, but the job, you really didn't know the job. They just put you in the job. And you don't really know the job. See, your issue is not that he can't provide to you the things that you need. The issue is you don't know your role. You don't know who you are because you don't understand your role. And you see, this is going to make a lot of people upset, but they're going to be all right. I promise they will. Because the role of the woman is to play the role you got your husband in right now. Great, you got a great business. That's wonderful. He should have never left his job. You got an excellent business. All right. Stay at home and run that business. Whatever the business is, I don't know. But generally, if you own it, you're able to either drop ship, you're either able to do things from home or whatever your business is. Your husband should have never left his job. You should have never, once you got the startup up and running, even went for that, because there's a couple of things that's going to happen to you. And I already know, as I have gone over your page and you've asked people, I saw you, you said, and I'll show everybody here, you said, I'm asking because I need help. And I want to know, has anybody went through this? Yes, I have. But what I'm going to tell you is, sweetheart, the first thing that you need to do is to go back to the beginning of the sheet music, return to coda. And you need to figure out what your gig is. Get out of his lane and get over here in your lane. Because if you have not mastered your lane, you can't get in that dude's lane and ride it. And eventually, he gonna find somebody who knows how to get in her lane with his kind self, with his sweet self, with his loving self, with his giving self. You gonna do all that you talking right now on social media until you don't have no man. And he's gonna be gone. See, the difference between us and them is that when it's them, they're taking it all in. He's analyzing everything that you're saying. And even though you're saying, oh, we talked about it and it's going to be all right. Oh, we had a few discussions and it's going to be okay. Baby, that man is analyzing everything that you have ever said. And you know why? It's because that's what he does. He's a thinker. He's a left brain. He's analyzing exactly what it is that you said. He has to, in order for him to be all right. He has to. He has to. And so what you don't understand is that you're going to finally hit that nerve on that brother, and that brother going to be gone. A woman must understand that once you start to have children and you have a spouse, your gig is very clear. What you produced is your job, the same as a farmer. When a farmer gets out there and he tills the land and he puts the soil and turns it over and puts the seeds in and he waters it and he manages it, he is the husband, because that's what husbandry is. He's the husband of that land. So he's monitoring and he's watching it. And he watches it as it goes through to fruition. There's not a good farmer out there that's just going to all of a sudden one day decide, hey, you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore. Yeah, I know I've got those seeds that I just put out there a couple of months back, but hey, all I've seen is a couple of little sprays. They don't look like collard green sprays. They don't look like beans to me. They don't look like corn. It's just these little sprigs. And so I think I don't think this role with the land and the fruits and vegetables, I just don't think it's working for me. Do you think that a farmer is going to be worth his salt if he says that? What kind of farmer goes out and puts the seeds in the ground and turn around and walk away from it? It's the same thing you did, sister. When you decided to be a mother and you got those two little beautiful children that I'm going to show all of you guys in a couple of minutes, that was it. You monitor that seed all the way until the even. That's your gig. But you done said it. And I wrote it down. You said the roles have reversed. I opened a business. He quit his job and the roles are reversed. Okay, well, you can't be him and be with him. You can't be him and be with him, baby. You can't be like him and be with him. Just like a man, you can't cheat on a man. You can't be with a man and be like the man. You're going to have to pick a lane. And I'm going to tell you something, that if you don't pick the lane, sweetheart, there are plenty of women around there watching your behavior all over TikTok right now, as you have saturated the airways, as you have put in the ether exactly what is going on in your household. You put it in the ether. And a lot of women know how to get in that DM. A woman, once she knows that there's a weak spot, baby, as cunning as we are, honey, You sitting up here saying, I want to think about, I actually thought about it. I put it all in my head. I figured it out, like I would, how would taking care of the kids look? How would you say, I even figured it out all the way down to the dog. Who's going to get the dog? How are we going to deal with the kids? You said, where I would live, how I would live. Girl, please. You get your rump out there and you'll find somebody who's going to treat you like trash. Soon as you get your butt out there thinking that it's going to be all this pie in the sky because you did all the deduction in your mind and you done figured it out. You done figured out how you're going to destroy your children's lives, the life of your husband, who you already said was a good man, who treated you good. You loved him. You have no complaints about him. He's a good man. All right. You're saying all that about him. But you're trying to figure out, how can I destroy this shit by myself? I'm trying to destroy it, but I just don't know how to do it. I did this to him. He sat there and took it. I went online and he took it. And I did this and he took that too. My God, is there nothing that this guy can't take? I don't understand it. I've done everything I could to destroy this marriage. He's just too nice of a guy. What to do? I know. I'll do more. Keep going. Here goes the next video. I'll be right back.
I'm already getting like slammed and dunked in my other video. So I just want to get on here and ask advice about similar thing, but like in and of its own regard. So I posted a video talking about me and my husband's relationship, but that like I didn't really feel like I could ask him for what I wanted because I didn't really know what I wanted, and how I'm trying to figure out who I am. I'm a mom. I'm in my 30s. We got married when I was 22, and we've been married for 10 years. And I feel like a lot of moms and women in general go through this, like not just once in their life, but like multiple times in their life, where that you're kind of trying to figure out who you are and what makes you happy and what brings you joy. And although I generally right now feel like I'm pretty happy, I still feel like there's so many things that I could learn about myself. I've done like breathwork classes, and I do love breathwork classes. I am religious, so I believe in God, and pray for like his guidance and things. But I just wanted to maybe ask a question on here specifically to that part of my video of, if you have been in a similar situation as me, been in your 30s with kids, or just a woman in general, and tried to like figure out kind of like who you are, what your hobbies are, what you like, what like brings you fulfillment and joy, what have you done? Like, are there certain books that you read that really helped you? Maybe podcasts, things like, seriously, the advice that I got on my other one video was so good, and we're already putting into practice. But this is more specific to like, that was specific to our relationship, and I want to also do the work for myself, and finding joy and like peace and fulfillment within myself. So if you have done anything like that, like while this is all kind of blowing up, I would love for advice and any recommendations you have. Thanks.
Here is the advice, and here is, everything that I heard you say. You said you were doing breath work, and you were really, doing the breathing work, and you were, going inside and you were checking out everything. You also mentioned one thing, and that was that you are religious. And I did see on your page where you had some Christian music, and you were, showing that you're a person who likes to worship and all of these other things. Sweetie, that in and of itself is your answer. That is your answer. You see, what you're looking for is not in your husband's purview. It's in you. You have got to realize, again, what your role is. But the most important thing is, this is the times that then, as a Christian, because you look like you're a Christian lady, right? Based on what I saw on your page, it's time for you to do what I used to call in the old days, you're going to have to examine you. It's not, oh my God, what am I going to do? This marriage is so terrible. Oh, why doesn't he listen to me? I don't know what I want, but he should know what I want because he's a man and men are supposed to know what I want. I don't know what I want. And that's why I'm trying to get him to tell me, he won't talk to me about it. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I don't understand it. I've been telling him and telling him and telling him that there's something that I need and he doesn't want to give it to me. But sweetie, you don't even know what you need. What you need to do is you need to ask God to fix you. Fix me. It's not on him. Fix me. Show me how to be the wife I'm supposed to be. You believe in God, you believe in Jesus, then you need to ask for the what would you say? The Holy Spirit. That's what you need to do because that's what you believe in. And I'm coming to you where you believe, not where I believe or what somebody else believe, or where Bob the Builder believe, but where you believe in your house. You're supposed to be seeking first the kingdom of God and all of its glory, not TikTok, not social media. God, fix me. Allow me to see who I am. Allow me to see where I need to level up. Let me be more like you. Let me die daily that you might increase in me. Let me walk circumspectly before you so that I don't fall over and not only embarrass you and embarrass my husband. I don't want to do that. Fix me. Fix me. Show me what my job description is. You know, when I got this job, I was only 22. This is her talking to the father. Father, I was only 22 when I got this job. But now that I've got this job, I'm 10 years into it, and I'm going to be honest with you because I really can't be honest with anybody else because I've been telling everybody else that it's him. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Fix me. This is woman to woman. This ain't one of the men that I seen going in on her, going in on you. This ain't that. This is woman to woman. Best advice I can give you because you opened yourself up for it, baby. Fix me. Because here's the deal. And again, I have been all over your page, sweetie. I done picked on your page like, somebody in a bakery. I done picked over all your goodies. And the only way to get into this is to really understand that as we go through life at each and every stage, there is a place that we have never been. And because we've never been at that place at that particular time, we feel like we don't know what we're doing. I feel it. Everybody feels it. Anytime you're dealing with the human element, other people, circumstances that you don't have any control over, you're always going to feel inadequate. You're always going to feel like it's something that I need. But see, if you're not careful, the something that you need is going to come and it's going to be dressed up and it's going to be looking at you. And when it's looking at you, it's going to be an imposter. It's going to come in and it's going to make you think this is who I am and this is what I've always been. And then you'll find yourself struggling with a spirit that ain't got no business being on you. Somebody will tell you you're awful pretty today and it won't be coming from a man. Because you don't understand who it is that you are, the gig that you were called to do, and you don't know how to do it because you've not submitted to who you are. You've not submitted to who you was created to be because you don't understand your gig. And a lot of people these days put folks in churches and they do not disciple them. They'll put people in the church. They'll put people they'll pile folks in the church. Like she says, she goes to church. She believes in God. She's a religious person. Sweetie, do you realize that you will be busy and non-effective in the exact same church that's not even helping you? That's sitting up and having coffee clutches laughing at you because you done put all these videos up here for everybody to see. And your poor sweet husband is sitting there. And because he's not going off on you like a brother would, because he ain't taking flight on you like one of these other cats would. Okay. You just think it's okay. I mean, we've talked about it and, we've discussed it. And because we've discussed it, I've talked to him and he knows now, exactly. For you to think that it is in his control, your problems with yourself. I don't know. Do you have a mama? Did your mother raise you? What woman do you have in your life that you can glean information from? Who is it that you are getting your information from? Are all your friends single? If all your friends are single, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. If all your friends are single, you need to get rid of them. If you have a male contractor that comes around you and he tells you how cute you are all the time in your work environment, or if they talk to you on the phone in your work environment, you need to get rid of that individual, because right now you can't afford to step aside. Your husband ain't done nothing for you to try to step aside with, for you to be in the religion, as you said. So when you fashioned all this stuff in your mind for you to go ahead and leave, did you factor any of what your belief system tells you? See, that's another issue. People believe in different things and they don't even know what the crux is that they believe in. He ain't done nothing to you. So according to the Bible that you follow, you're out of line. You out of order. You cannot, under the Bible that you tout, you can't go and divorce that dude. He ain't done nothing to you. Out of your own mouth, you said he's a good man. He treats you well. He doesn't disrespect you. Takes good care of you. He loves you. You love him. You ain't said nothing about him going upside your head, using no drugs, spending all the money gambling up and down the street with hoes. You ain't said nothing about him taking all the time and going out here perusing with the chicks. You ain't said nothing about none of that. You out of order. You don't even know me. This is free, by the way. This is free. You're out of order. I don't know who around you. Who is around you? What woman is around you that would allow you this type of leeway to get up and talk about your family, your husband like this? You're out of order, sweetheart. And I'm glad you opened yourself up for anybody to come and share with you what they thought. Here's the third video, folks.
This is just one of many messages that my husband has gotten, asking people if they know that I posted the video. Yes, he knows. And yes, he knows 2 million people have seen it now. And he doesn't care. Neither of us care. We care about our relationship, which is why I posted about it, was to ask for advice. And since I posted, we have talked about it more, not just with each other, but with people we know, which has been super nice and honestly kind of freeing, because before I posted that video, it kind of felt like something that was not real, or I don't know, a secret or something, which obviously your relationship between your husband is between you and your husband, but it has helped us like discuss it with other people, get really good advice and insight. It's helped us be more honest and open about it with each other, and overall it's been super great so far. I don't recommend everybody just get online and talk about their relationships, and I don't feel like I was bashing him. I was being honest about our relationship, and if anything, I put him up on a pedestal saying that he's perfect. And I also just want to say, the women who feel the same way I do and have felt, don't let other people make you feel like your feelings aren't valid, because they are. And wanting more out of your relationship and wanting a stronger connection with your spouse, there's nothing wrong with that. And fighting for happiness in your life and fighting for the marriage that you want, there's nothing wrong with that. So, more to come. I am still compiling my notes on all the advice. We're on a little family vacation right now, and it's been, like, honestly, both of us, I was like, do you regret me posting it? Should I not have posted? And he said, no, this has been the best week of our marriage. So there's that. And yes, he knows.
It has been the best week of his life with you married. It's been the best week because he's seeing with all clarity that you ain't the one. You are a very selfish young lady. You have put everything in a very passive aggressive and gaslighting way in this man's grocery cart. You are the steak eater hormones ablazing. You out there. You're out there. You found this sweet little vegan at the grocery store. And now because he's not putting meat in his cart, you're pilting Vienna sausages out your cart into his. You're taking little pieces of bologna out the little package and you throwing it over there at him, messing with him. And he ain't saying nothing. Well, because he doesn't have all the wild hormones that you, the meat eater, the carnivore, has in his body that you got in your body. You are a bully, madam. That video right there told me everything I needed to see. You're a bully. You're a bully. You're a bully. You're a gaslighter. And I ain't heard him say he didn't mind. You think you're the only person who has feelings, and it's only your feelings that matter. It doesn't matter how he feels. It only matters how you feel. And you're telling us that you're talking about your marriage. You guys are here to fix your marriage. Honey, the only person who has been walking around acting unseemly is you. But now is our marriage, we're having a problem. Baby, you got a problem. Who is this child's mama? Where's her mama? Where's her auntie them? You ain't got an auntie them. You need an auntie them, baby. You want me to be your auntie? Come on over here. Dr. Lockhart gonna love on you, baby. Come on. I'm going to knock you around real good and pick you back up and love you at the same time. But sweetheart, you got some problems. That video right there showed me that you say 2 million people had watched the video and all of these other women coming into his inbox. That what she was showing you was a chick that was in his inbox. And the chick in the inbox was saying, you don't care that your wife is running around, running run shots on you? You don't care? Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he knows. Delulu. At this point, 2 first videos, okay, I could get with you. I could coach you. I could work with you. But you know what? The same self-time, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be honest and tell you, you're crazy. You've absolutely lost it because you absolutely believe that this is a us problem, and it ain't. It's a you problem. So let me go ahead and show more gaslighting where you're going to try to show the world exactly who you guys are together. He's standing back there being nice and calm and quiet. Sweetie, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you after this video, but I'm going to tell you after this one. I'm going to tell her after this one.
Okay, since 1.5 million people are now interested in my marriage, I thought I would give you some crap that happened to us back in 2019 when we went to Paris. So I was showing my husband the trend of nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, and we remembered something that happened on our trip when we went to Paris and we took our 6-month-old baby with us. Important side note to the story is that we brought this stroller with us, and I was very well prepared. Obviously you can see I have the rain cover, we had a hand warmer, we were very well prepared for this trip. So we get to Paris and we're walking down like the famous streets that have all of the designer places, and I am not someone who buys designer things. One, we don't have enough money for that, but 2, I just don't, I don't get it. So anyways, we're there and you can see there are like, it was during the time that there was a bunch of riots. So there are like armed policemen everywhere in Paris. It was crazy. There were not riots, there were protests going on. So we walked past Louis Vuitton and my husband's like, we should go inside. And I'm like, why would we go inside? We're not gonna buy anything. And he was like, because we never go in these stores. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we have to have a security check before we even go into the store. We go into the store. Again, important to know, I'm pushing around our stroller and we walk around the first level a little bit and then we decide we're gonna go up to the next level. I think I asked where the bags were, and because I'm like, I don't know, I want to see all the bags, right? That's what you want to see. So we get in the elevator because we have a stroller, and both of us, I think we said something to each other like, it stinks in here. Like, why does it stink so bad? And we get to the next level, and I remember vividly there was pink carpet on that level. Do you remember that? It was like light pink carpet, and we walk around, and I remember like looking at a pen, and I was like, this is probably the only thing we could afford, and it was like $1,500 for a pen. So anyways, at that point I'm like, I feel awkward now. People are asking us if they can help us like buy something, and I'm like, we should just go. So we get back in the elevator, and we're going down now, and I'm like, it stinks. Like both of us are like, why does it stink so bad? And there's somebody else in the elevator with us at this point, but I look down and there is dog poop coated on our stroller wheel. Coated. It was so bad, and it was stinky. And we just had to pretend like we did not just roll dog poop all over Louis Vuitton's carpet. And we just we booked it out of there, and then spent 20 minutes cleaning off dog poop off our stroller wheel with wipies that we had. Luckily we didn't get in trouble or anything, but I do feel bad that we made quite a poopy mess.
All right. So as I looked at that, that's the one that really, really drove everything home for me with this young lady. That's the final video that I'm going to talk about and give my analysis on. But I'm going to tell you something. As this young lady as she started out telling us that she had already thought it up in her head how she would do the divorce, and basically who's going to get the dog, and how are we going to deal with visitation for the children, and how are we going to do all these other things. And a lot of times when women are playing this stuff in their mind, because Satan is in their brain sort of messing around with their mind, especially with a woman who just said that she believes in God, right? What'll start happening is on that hamster in her brain, there'll be another, walker on that hamster. It's not just, her. It is another hamster in the back. And that hamster in the back starts saying, you're too pretty for this. You can get any man that you want. Well, a lot of women have children and then date. A lot of women date after their kids, after they're divorced. And of course, you're going to find another man. I mean, come on now. You're going to find another man. You found him. And you're going to find, let me tell you something, honey. You ain't going to find crap but trash. You're going to find trash, because the only brother that wants you is the one you got right now. The only cat that's going to put up with you and not knowing exactly who you are in your head is the dude you got right now. The only cat that's going to sit around and listen to you tell him that he's not doing anything and you've not outlined anything wrong that he is doing is him. That's the only one. Nobody else is going to listen to you. Those children are going to be pet on the head by another dude if they deal with you at all. You're going to put your children in very, very bad harm's way, because you really don't know what's out there. You know why? Because for the last 10 years, you've been in the cocoon of marriage. You've been in the cocoon of dealing with people who are of like mind. And the cocoon that you're in right now is not what's out there right now. You're not going to find no honest man. The man you got is an honest man. The man that you got took you to Paris, and you guys are going up to Champs-Élysées, going into Louis Vuitton. The man that you got right now is sitting at home with the kids while you start your startup and have your business going. And now the roles are reversed. Stay where you are and get yourself together, because in a few years, when that little 6-month-old you were talking about then in 2019, because now you got 2 kids. I saw your page. You got 2 children. When those little babies get old enough to be able to do what they have to do, then you will be able to really see that the time was just about them. That this time that you're effing off right now, trying to figure out what you want to be when you grow up, you're wasting their time. Let me just give it to you, okay? Let me just give it to you. You wasting their time. This ain't your time. I said it. This ain't your time. You don't come out in this act. This act, you show out. This act, you take care of your husband. In this act, this scene, this episode, you take care of those children, because that's your gig. The reason why you feel unfulfilled is because, again, you don't know your gig. You haven't been walking in your gig, and you think that somebody else is going to come in and love you the way that he is not loving you, but you haven't had the decency to tell this brother what he's not doing, because by your own admission, you don't know what you really want. What you really want. You don't know what you want. You don't know. And you're putting it on this dude. You're putting it on this man. That is the reason why I said get your rump off of social media, baby. Go get in your prayer closet since you said you're a Christian, based on what I see on your page. And I can only speak to you based on the house that you belong to. The house that you belong to says you need to go get in your prayer closet. And if you got a whole bunch of silly women talking to you, you need to get away from them silly women, because one of them silly women going to talk you right about your good thing. And trust and believe, sweetie, that ain't out here these days. You guys have been married for 10 years. This young man, you talking about you didn't know what to say. You didn't know how to write your vows over. I couldn't figure out what to say. Writing out the vows as we're going to redo our vows. I told him I just couldn't lie. Sister, let me tell you something. You done had 2 kids right back to back. You had one 6 months in 2019, and this is 2025. So you done had another child. It takes you at least 36 months for your hair to get right after you have had a child. You will lose handfuls of hair up to 36 months after gestation. And then you had another baby right on top of that. You need some sit down time. You ain't going through nothing that none of us already ain't been through. But what I'm going to tell you is, see, here's the difference. You talking to people now, especially if you get the sister girls to come to you, get you a couple of aunties to come and help you out. They're going to let you know that brother you got, that's it, sweetie. You ain't going to get no better than that right there. Because there's a lot of whoremongers out there. There's a lot of men that will touch your children out there. There's a lot of men that will smile in your face and take your business for every dime it's got. There are a lot of men out there that will alienate the father of those children so that he could be the chicken hawk in the chicken coop down there with the biddies. You have no idea how you are helping, because again, remember now, I got to talk to you based on the house you say you belong in. You said you are a religious woman. On your page, you show Christianity and Christian music with Christian scriptures. So I got to come and give it to you direct. You are playing right into the hands of Satan. See, it's not him doing it. Oh, the devil took my marriage. No, you handed it to him, and you did it in front of 2 million people. We have all seen it. And for those of you who got sisters, who got friends, who got cousins, who got aunties, who got all this other stuff, and everybody else is living this kind of life, you better tell them to go sit their rumps down someplace, because, sweetheart, the devil is in the details. And the detail that you're missing is that it don't get no better on that other side. You get on that other side thinking, oh, the grass is always greener. Child, you get over there and find out them folk don't water their grass. That's astroturf. Because it took too much work. And they wanted the shortcut, just like you do. Go ahead on and get that little man up. Go ahead and give him away. If you get that brother away, you're going to know something. And I'm going to tell you what you're going to know. You're going to get that good thing away. And what he going to do, I'm going to lay it out there. I'm glad this is not, children's hour. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to go ahead and get that boy up. And a woman who got a decent heart, who had to learn the hard way, going to scoop his butt up. She's not going to be a novice like you were at 20-something. She's going to throw that thing on him, that thing. She's going to throw that thing on him. She's going to clamp him down real good. After she clump him, then she's going to treat him like a king. She's going to let him know that everything he needs, she's going to be there. She's going to do it, and she's going to do it. She gonna lock this dude up so good, sweetie, you gonna realize 6 months, a year after you done messed up and left your good thing, you're gonna try to get back. And because your mind tells you you are the best thing since sliced bread, that you're gonna be able to get him back anytime. I can get him back anytime. Go ahead on, see, can you get him from that girl that's been treated bad? See, that woman that's been treated bad out there in them streets, soon as they get to dating real good and he gets to know her and she gets to know him and they get in a real relationship, she's going to throw that thing on him. And when she throw that thing on him, they're going to go ahead and get married, and that's going to be it. And once that happens, you're not getting anybody back. That is when the woman ends up being that bitter chick. Since you love social media, let me tell you how you see all these crazy women over here at what are these little Chuck E. Cheese going off. because the man had the audacity to go on with his life and try to bring his new wife and their child to the baby's birthday party, you're going to be the one losing your mind. You're going to turn absolutely hysterical because your mind has already told you that you the business, that you are the bee's knees, that it's just you, that his world, all of it's about you. Oh, yeah, he's not going anywhere. I can't hear y'all in the chat. I can't hear y'all in the chat. I see, hey, William. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. He wants me. You know, we're taking a little break, and I know that he got with this chick. You know, I know that that he got with her because we were taking a break. You know, and because we're taking this break right now. What do you mean break? I thought he married someone. Yeah, I know he did, but he really doesn't love her. See, he doesn't love her. He really thinks about me all the time. He really wants me. He doesn't want her. You know what I mean? I mean, look, we've got 2 kids together. Yeah, but isn't she pregnant? Big deal. The baby's not here yet. We've got 2 kids together. And we built everything. We built everything together. I mean, he doesn't, I mean, we were only apart for a year. Okay. And I know he's going to want me, sister. That ship has sailed. And I'm telling you right now, you ain't getting nobody like that one no more. They don't make them like that anymore. That sweet baby. I've seen that man standing in the background. All he want to do is love you. All he want to do is love his family. You're the only person that doesn't know what the hell you're supposed to be doing. And you're about to ruin not only your life, who cares about yours, you're going to ruin his life, and you're going to ruin the life of those 2 babies. And I'm going to tell you something. What's going to happen as soon as you see right now, you think that little voice in your head is the voice that's telling you, go out there, be yourself, be free. You're supposed to be able to love yourself, to, you know, just love yourself and be yourself. And you'll find yourself just honey, as soon as you get yourself out there, that little voice that has been, you know, rubbing you and getting you all lathered up to get out there in the world, that thing gonna turn around and crack up laughing on you. And then it's gonna expose you for the dodo bird that you are. Then everything you thought you had is gonna collapse because, well, you're out of order. And once everything you got is starting to collapse, you're gonna try to run back, and you're gonna realize that the doors that are behind you have closed on purpose, and that you used the key that you had stuck down into the side of your sock to lock them for the case of emergencies. That's what you did. You will see that you have been living a lie, and that once you get in your own lust, you need to get over there in the book of James, baby. You need to read the whole book of James, and don't you stop. You need to get in the book of James, and you need to sit there. And I do mean sit. You need to marinate in the book of James, honey, since you say you a Christian. So let me tell you something. Here's the thing. All the stuff that you say that you know about, I know about, been there, done that, all that other stuff. Now I'm trying to tell you right now, from a woman who has been there, done that, you better sit your rump down. And all the other gals that's going to see this later on, if y'all pass this around like a doobie at Woodstock, go right ahead, share it. But all of the people that you know that need to hear this, you better tell them ain't nothing better than what you got, honey. He ain't going upside your head. He's not out here in these streets. He's not gambling all the money. He's not, you know, beating up the kids, kicking the dog. All right. He's not doing any of those things. You need to tell her to sit her rump down, because it's that age, it's that 10-year window, and it's those 30s that get the woman to thinking that there's something wrong with him because I don't get turned on anymore. Who does? Live a little longer. You will be happy that you stayed with the man that was in your youth. You guys will grow old together. You're not out here trying to compete with BBLs, tight waists, and coochie rejuvenations. Did you know that? Now, you don't have 2 kids, so you know that they go out here now and that they are rejuvenating their cooch. This is a grown folk show. You're going to have to be you're going to be in competition with a whole bunch of chicks that's done spent a whole lot of money, baby, just to seduce your husband. But here, I'm going to give you this before I get off the air. I'm going to give you this. You better not make another video about you and your husband and your family. If you make any more videos, they better be about a caterpillar that you saw sitting on a leaf and eating all the leaf until the leaf was gone, the edges were gone. It better be about a beautiful sunset that you saw. It better be about everything else going on in your life but you and your husband. Because unlike the days of old where you were telling a best friend or telling a cousin how good your man was, how good he is to you, and that friend girl get close, sweetie, you have sent your man into the abyss. There will not be any signs of what will happen to him. There won't be any signs of this other woman. There won't be any signs because that inbox and your incessant need to post are going to build a huge wedge between you and that good thing, and it's going to be gone. Yeah, that's the days we living in right now, friend girl. Those are the days that we living in right now. You ain't got to worry about the neighbor. You ain't got to worry about the woman down the street. You don't even have to worry about the lady at the grocery store no more. What you need to worry about is the fact that he has access to the internet. And even a dog, a good dog, will attack you if you keep kicking him. Does he bite? Oh, he's a nice dog. Does he bite? No, he doesn't. Okay. So every day the person walk by and kick the dog don't bite him. Dog don't bite the person. Kick. Dog don't bite the person. But somewhere around that 6th and 8th time, number 7, that dog tore that dude's leg down there off. But he never done that before. Because eventually people like that dog get tired. I want to thank the young man who sent me this young lady's page. I want to thank you. I really do want to thank you. I really do. This is why I'm here. This is what I've talked about. For those of you who know me on Headlines with a Voice, you know me because of Bettina. But for those of you who have followed me for, I don't know, since 2010, 2011, you know this is who I've been. Those of you who have been in locations where I have spoken, this is who I am. This is what I do. And that is why I say thank you for sending me this young lady's body of work. And I want to tell you guys that it is so important just to be kind. It's so important just to think that just because that other person is it doesn't talk, that you can't keep talking because he's not talking, baby. Because the danger in you continuously posting and talking when he's not talking is when that brother's not talking, he's thinking and he's adding. What you don't want him to do is start subtracting. Because unlike you, who thought about it, who toyed with it and tried to figure out how it could be, he done made up his mind. And he will have all his ish packed and ready to go. Because the brother ain't gonna talk. The brother just gonna bounce. This is a real marriage. These are real children. This is a real woman. And your husband is a real man. You need to get your head out of your own behind and start to focusing on what it takes to make him happy. Ask him, what does he need? Does he need a hug? Damn, everybody need a hug. It could just be a hug. It could just be, I'm proud of who you are. It could be taking that phone that you have that you be uploading ish all the time with, throw that son of a gun somewhere. Throw it. Get rid of it. And begin to pour into him the thing you think you want. And all of a sudden, bingo. Bingo, baby. Bingo. Bingo, baby. Bingo, baby. Bingo, baby. There it is. There it is. I want my feet rubbed. Rub his feet. I really want my back rubbed. Rub his back. I wonder when nobody just, I would love to get my hands rubbed. Rub his hands. Ironically, once you start to rub somebody else's hands, you'll feel all these different muscles begin to relax as you begin to do pressure points on somebody else. You will realize that you don't have the fatigue that you had before. You know why? Because when you put out your hand to help somebody, it's reciprocal. Get your head out your tail and help that brother. And brother, if you haven't done it yet, you better get up out that house with them doggone kids all blasted day long. Get up out of that house, go get you a job and let her figure this shit out. Because if she's the one that wanted to go on ahead and get the company and get the business going, and then he just quit his job, get that heifer. Tell that heifer, honey, I love you, but I'm going back to work. Figure it out with the daycare situation. Yeah, let her figure it out. Let her figure it out. Yeah, let her figure it out. And you, madam, all you got to do is love him. And young ladies, there's only a couple of things that a man needs. No Jeopardy music. He needs a good meal. Okay. Oh, it's 3. He needs some time where he can just sit down and relax and watch a show. Like a man cave. That's like the new thing, but he needs that. He needs like that man cave. He needs some good food, and he needs some sex that he don't got to beg for. Why he got to beg you now? He didn't beg you when y'all was single. Why he got to beg you now? It's his now. Why you got to beg? Why are there conditions? Look, it ain't but 3 or 4 minutes that the brother who been busy working all day, whether it's with the kids or at the job, gonna be able to give you. So why not just go ahead on, lay there a little bit? You'll enjoy it. Eventually, you'll get into it. Let him go ahead on, do what he got to do, and he'll be done. And you'll be cleaning up, going to take his bath, and go ahead and get in the bedroom, go to sleep, do it all over again the next day. See, I fixed it for you. There ain't nothing but a couple of things a brother needs. All right, well, maybe I've said too much. I see people clicking off. The numbers are going down. Oh my God, did you hear what she said, Madge? Yeah, Edith, I heard what she said. Oh my goodness, wait till I call Claire. I gotta tell Claire what she's done to the channel. Oh my God. I was gone for 6 months. And after that 6-month period, baby, I decided it's me or bust. I do truly, honestly appreciate you, baby. Thank each and every one of you for being here with me this evening. And again, the individual who sent me that, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said, like a doobie at Woodstock, pass it around. Pass it, everybody, pass it. Won't you pass it? Would you pass it? Would you share this? Would you like to share it? Would you like to have a little? Do you need some? Do you need a little? Yeah, you need a little. You need some. You need a little. Ladies, be careful, because there is a spirit out there that right now will cajole you into believing that you are not what you are, and you will end up running around here dressing like, I don't know, dressing like somebody you're not supposed to dress like, looking like somebody you're not supposed to look like. I'm going to leave that right there. Okay. You guys take care of yourselves. Remember, because if you don't take care of yourself, I guarantee ain't nobody else going to do it. Nobody nowhere. They not going to take care of you. Isn't that amazing? Are you kidding? Nope. Nope. They won't do it. All right, you guys. Peace. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Lack of perspective. Helping you